The Cost of Apologies in Strong Relationships by Chelsea French, Talia Pimentel, and Maxwell White. As far as the hypothesis goes, the valuable relationships hypothesis proposed that people are inclined to reconcile with their valuable relationship partners. This hypothesis was tested from a perpetrator's perspective.
Participants engaged in an imagined instance in which they inflicted emotional harm on a close friend versus a casual friend. Both targets were rated in terms of instrumentality. This included topics such as academic achievement, club activities, job searching activities, social relations, part-time job, and any other goal that they were pursuing on a 7-point scale ranging from very hindering to very facilitating. These two conditions of emotional closeness were then exposed to specific scenarios. The first scenario was failing to show up to an arranged meeting, essentially blowing a person off. The second scenario was one in which the participant deeply damaged the trust or confidence of the other person in them, essentially a confidence-breaking scenario. After a period of contemplation where participants were instructed to act out each scenario in their mind, they filled out a questionnaire gauging how much guilt they felt toward the target. Following this period, participants assessed what costs they would be willing to incur to apologize and right the damage done to the relationship. These costs included having to miss going to a concert featuring their favorite musician, spending time with a close family member who lives in a distant place, going for a medical checkup, meeting another friend to listen to his or her problem, working a part-time job, and going on a date with their boyfriend or girlfriend. On a Likert scale, participants gauged how willing they would be to cancel these arrangements if they could only apologize after canceling said plan or never apologize at all. The final section of this study assessed how likely they felt the person would be to forgive them, regardless of if a direct apology was made.
For questions for further research, what is the underlying reason why we tend to forgive partners who are more valuable to us? And another question would be, we have learned that women are more likely to forgive rather than men, but why is that?
Participants demonstrated the highest desire to reconcile with individuals they ranked as being the most valuable. This determined value of instrumentality to their goals was a higher predictor of desire to apologize than how emotionally close they felt to the target. With the importance of goal-oriented functionality within the relationship taking precedence, one may wonder if participants holistically care more about tangibly rewarding friendships, or if they simply feel more obligated to those they perceive as actively helping them achieve their goals. Another finding here was that females were more likely to incur costs to make an apology. This brings up the question of why this is the case. Do females simply care more about the people in their lives, or is this due to fear of reprisals for their transgressions which men simply do not have to factor for? The final finding of the study was that individuals reported feeling the most guilty in regards to targets they reported as being the most instrumental to their success. Guilt was not significantly correlated with emotional affinity to the target. The critique which could be made here is how guilt is a somewhat ambiguous word. This guilt could simply be a feeling of duty or obligation towards people they feel have benefited them. The feeling experienced for emotionally close targets might be something closer to shame or sorrow. Therefore, guilt may have been a poor word to use in summarizing emotional affect.